Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Remains of Edith Finch, and unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, the final episode. I know, I'm really sad too. This game turned out to be fantastic for what it is, a walking simulator, sort of an adventure game. But yeah, like I said, I played this game about 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't remember anything. Like, I must not have been paying attention because I don't remember any of this happening. This game is truly fantastic. I'm not really sure if this game has a specific message the developer was trying to convey or not, but either way, I have loved every moment of it, and I'm really sad it's going to be over. And if you guys enjoyed the series as much as I did, do me a favor, drop a like down below, and I'll try and play more of these games in the future. But yeah, anyway, so this episode, we're going to find out what happened to Lewis and Dawn, and maybe Edie as well. It's called What Remains of Edith Finch, so I'm guessing all that's going to be left over is her son, maybe? I'm not sure. So far, though, we know that every member of the family has died in a weird, bizarre way. They call it the curse, but in my opinion, the only reason they call it a curse is because they're not willing to deal with their own emotions. Most of these deaths
searching for my brother
could have been avoided. Like, I'm not even joking you. It would seem as though every single death in the Finch family could have been avoided. They were all due to stupidity or negligence. For example, Molly died, I'm guessing, because they sent her up to her room without food, without dinner. They were punishing her. So she crawled out the window and fell to her death, right? Barbara died, I'm guessing, because of maybe a home invasion or her boyfriend. That, honestly, is kind of blurry to me. But Calvin died because he was swinging on the edge of a mountain. Like, what parent allows their kid to do that? Sam died because he's a dumbass and didn't, double tap a deer and got bucked by it. Walter died because he spent 30 years of his life in a bunker scared of this invisible curse, only to leave the bunker and get hit by a train, I'm guessing. A lot of these deaths are kind of left open-ended, but like, for example, Gregory, I'm guessing the reason he died is because his mother left him in the bathtub full of water to argue with her husband on the phone, and he drowned. So they really just, kind of accepted all of these deaths as a family curse.
Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
When in fact, it's not really a curse, it's just them being negligent, and they cover up their stupidity and negligence by calling it a curse. And it also occurred to me that it would seem as though there's 3 ways people kind of dealt with death in the family. For example, Walter was scared of dying and was scared of this curse and spent 30 years of his life hiding from a monster that didn't exist in a bunker. Whereas Edith's mother went around and boarded up all the rooms to basically shut out the existence of these family members that died, pretending as though they never existed. Edie, on the other hand, the grandmother, she lived her entire life essentially in the past. All she did is remember the people that were, made these weird shrines to them, and didn't actually live in the moment. All she cared about was the past and what had been and not what is now, right? So that's kind of 3 ways that everyone dealt with death, right? Maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of reaching here. Either way, let's find out exactly how everyone else died in some stupid, gruesome manner, I'm sure. There's that very spooky house down there.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Now, see, that's interesting because Milton is presumed dead, but he just disappeared. We never actually saw how he died. So I'm guessing Milton just up and left.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Cannery, oh boy, what a job. So I'm not sure what happened to Milton. Also, it's interesting, again, back to my theory about how they dealt with death. Instead of moving on or, accepting the death of a family member, they shut up the rooms, turned it into a shrine, essentially, and then built upward. They expanded, right? Instead of clearing out the belongings of a dead family member and moving on, they just expanded the house and moved up. It's such a bizarre way of dealing with the death of a loved one. But again, I would expect nothing else from someone so stupid as the Finches. All right, this is Lewis's room.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
I can see why. He looks like he was a pothead. Well, he enjoyed the devil's herb, marijuana. Oh, see what I'm saying? No wonder people died in this family. They're so stupid. That leads directly to death. And yet, did anyone board it up? No. They boarded up the rooms of the people that died, but God forbid, they fixed a railing on the 40th story of this house that literally is made out of, like, I don't even know, matches. Like, one stiff breeze in this house is gonna collapse. Seriously. Alright, really? This room is made out of a boat. That is sad. Alright, let's go through here. Oh, okay. Alright, hold up. No, you got this. Come on, Edith. Open it up. It's amazing. Everything's in pristine condition. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Open! Open. There we go. Good girl. So this place has been abandoned all this time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lewis was definitely a pothead.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Indeed. The lingering smell of marijuana even years later. Legalize marijuana. Look at that. Very psychedelic. Never did understand that. Why is it they always associate psychedelics with marijuana? Like, if you smoke weed, you're not going to be seeing weird, geometric patterns and colors, right? At least I don't think so. All right. Oh, this is really cool, actually.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
That's probably a smart move. Damn, look at that. What is that, a hookah? Jeez. They left that behind too? Oh, all right. Wonderland Turbo. Really? You couldn't come up with a better name? Like the Playbox or something? A Wonderland Turbo. Wow, what a name for a game console.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Yes, that tends to happen when you're stoned while gaming. I mean, it's probably way more fun, but yeah, you're not going to be as good. Lewis Finch, locker contents. What do we have here? A letter. Greater Seattle Institute of Psychology. All right, well, clearly someone had some problems. The whole family, obviously.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Substance
Newly
abuse?
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Okay, don't do this job intoxicated.
He kept working at the cannery,
Yikes!
but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
wonder, right? What's happening here? What is this? Gimme.
wander.
Oh, I see. I'm actually controlling a character. What the hell? What is happening here?
I asked him to describe it.
Well,
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
really? This requires some serious multitasking. I mean,
Feel his way about.
is this really a problem? If you work a tedious, monotonous, boring job, you're gonna have an imagination. Your mind is going to wander, right? At least mine would. This looks like a really boring job. Day in and day out, just
Something moved.
cutting
Bats.
fishes.
And toads.
Toads? What is happening? Well, clearly substance abuse. He's tripping balls on shrooms right now. What
And
the
things
hell?
that have not names.
Okay, this is kind of dark and morbid.
He
Oh,
knew
look.
it was all in his head.
Really? Oh! Well, that works.
He took it very seriously.
Really?
I had hoped he'd find himself.
What does that mean, find himself? Such an open-ended thing to say. I mean, I can see myself in the
He
mirror.
found
Does that
something
count?
new.
Can I stop doing the whole thing with chopping fish heads off? Kind of bored of it
I
now.
worried about him then.
Come on, gimme. There we go. Look at me
Daydreaming of
multitasking
China.
like a boss. Or maybe not, actually. Hold up. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I see. Okay, hold up.
I spoke with his boss,
You
but he
did.
said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
That's probably because he was in his own head the entire
A whole
time.
new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Kind of confused. Oh, wow.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Does anyone know what's
He
happening?
made a new friend.
It's a doggy. Hello, doggy.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Wow, what a name. Oh!
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Really?
Then he made musicians.
He seemed very imaginative. Guess you would have a lot of time for that if you work a job this boring, huh?
And songs for them to play.
This is really nice. I'm sure it's gonna turn dark very quickly, though.
He talked about starting a band.
Oh, all right, they got the fire music.
And he was always humming something.
And what would that be? The Star Wars theme.
Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Was that a bad thing, though? Oh, my.
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Interesting. He's got a really
His
powerful
trucking was as
imagination.
reliable as ever.
I mean, it
Then one
doesn't...
day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Yes.
were all in his imagination,
Clearly.
so he could do whatever he wished.
Okay. I'm so confused.
He held an election for mayor,
Really?
and he won.
Clearly. It's in his brain. Why would he not win?
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
What in the hell?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
He should probably be in the movie
New Lewis,
business.
sir.
Or writing books or something instead of being at a cannery with an imagination this powerful? Jeez.
St. Louis.
It's so bizarre seeing the
He
glove
started
covered in
drifting
blood.
away from our reality.
Maybe get him a better job, something more fun. I would go crazy trying to do this all day.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Wait, what?
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
So he went insane? Oh, no. Okay, he has drowned her out. Sorry, Mother. I'm in my imagination. Imagination is so much more fun.
He heard rumors of a
Handsome queen. Wait, what? Handsome queen? How does that make sense? A beautiful queen.
handsome queen.
Okay, I guess that works. A queen can be handsome, right? Just keep sailing. Oh, radiant
The
rainbows.
queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents. Oh man, having an imagination seems like it's fun.
serpents.
Oh! Ahoy! I found sinister serpents! Yeah! Just gonna sail through this. Alright, listen, Lewis, careful not to chop your hand off. Don't get too lost in
Followed
your
the sound of
imagination.
her
Silver harp. There we go, that makes sense, right? She would have a harp.
silver harp.
A handsome queen. Okay, I'm truly lost. He must be tripping balls at work. That must be it. He forgot to go home from the cannery? What does that mean? Did he go insane? Does he have schizophrenia?
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Oh, wow. All right, can I please stop chopping fish heads off?
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh, okay, now it's getting a little bit more difficult. He's
He knew the world
really
was
getting
all
lost in his imagination. Yes, clearly. I'd be careful, my boy. You forget you have hands, and next thing you know, you're not gonna have hands, if you know what I'm saying. Chop, chop, chop.
but he was so proud of having created it.
That's so weird.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Now, what's greater than a king? Being insane? Hello there, my loyal subjects inside my brain. I may work at a cannery.
Someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
But here in my brain, I'm a god.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Okay, I'm really lost. I think he went insane.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yeah, he definitely went insane. Okay, now he's... Oh, wow. What the hell? Oh! Alright, well that is the coolest door on a cannery I've ever seen. Not that I've ever been in a cannery. Okay, I'm completely lost. Does he have schizophrenia? Is he insane? Has his imagination completely taken over? Maybe he wants to get, like, so lost in his imagination to drown out the monotony and the complete boredom of the reality of his life, which is simply working at a cannery, the Finch legend, the curse, right? Like, that's enough to drive anyone insane. Look at all the blood. Oof. This does not look like a very inviting place to work. Legalized marijuana. Well, he definitely had, yeah, substance abuse problems. Although, can you be abusing marijuana? How does that work? All right, Imperial Palace. Oh, look at that. Order today. Don't mind if I do.
He began to forget the world we know.
I guarantee a place like this would just smell fantastic. Only kidding. Ooh.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Okay, so his mind and the reality of who he is starting to slowly separate. He doesn't want to be Lewis, the guy that works at the cannery. He wants to be Lewis, the king in his imagination. The one that conquers kingdoms and builds empires and, I guess, marries a beautiful...
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Handsome queen. Hello, Lewis. You loser. Working in a cannery. Lewis in your imagination is so much cooler than you. Look at you standing there. Lost in thought. Chopping fishes. Oh, wow. Okay. He's lost it. You're not even chopping fish anymore. He actually went insane. That's it. He went insane.
I still thought I could save him.
No. He long gone.
Said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Oh
the
my!
palace would be packed with his companions.
Hello. It is I, Lewis of the Imagination, and I'm here to marry my handsome queen. Oh wait, you guys don't have faces. For someone that has such a powerful imagination, you really kind of skimped out on the old face there. This guy's thick though.
Including the wise Calico who insisted on inviting me.
Oh, that is a huge cat! Oh, it's Molly! Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, yeah, he was definitely on some psychedelics or something. I'm tripping balls, but having fun. I just hope I don't accidentally lose track of what I'm doing and chop a hand off. That's right, my loyal subjects. I am here. It is I, Lewis of the Imagination. I'm sorry. Eventually, I'll have a powerful enough mind to give you guys faces and personalities. For now, though, I'm just basking in the glory of myself.
Holding his crown.
Hello there, Queenie Pooh. Looking real handsome and thick today, I see. Is that a guillotine?
There was only one thing left to do.
Oh no. Oh no. I know where this is going. He's lost track of reality. He thinks the reality in his brain, the imagination, the world he created is real, and he wants to separate that from the Lewis of the cannery in the real world. So don't tell me he tries to kill himself by chopping his head off in the cannery. That's a guillotine. Why are you guys celebrating? It's an execution. I'm not getting crowned king. Oh wow, you guys look really weird. Okay, I don't know why. I didn't just get scared, I swear to God. Yep, that's what he did. He chopped his head off. He went insane. Hello, Queenie Pooh. Yup, okay.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not see that coming. Holy shit, he went insane. He wanted to be in his imagination and forget who he was, and he chopped his head off. I'm guessing that's what happened. What else could have happened?
That was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh, that was her brother? Holy shit, that's so sad. Oh, those are her two... Okay, her two brothers, Milton and Lewis. She doesn't know what happened to Milton. I don't know what happened to Milton. He's presumed dead, but we don't know for sure. Lewis, I'm guessing, abused marijuana, maybe other drugs. He got lost in his imagination, and he wanted to forget who he was in the real world, because let's be honest, the real world for him wasn't so grand. So he chopped his own head off in the cannery. That had to have been it. What a morbid way to go. Unless I'm missing something, I think that might be the first suicide, if that is suicide. I mean, is it suicide though if you go insane? Because all the other deaths here were from negligence and stupidity, but this is the first, I believe, self-induced death. Perhaps, unless I'm missing something. Okay, well, he graduated from high school, surprisingly enough. Is there anything else around here? Maybe something I'm missing? He liked to smoke a lot. Good Lord. All right, this place is a mess. Again, it's surprising no birds or squirrels have found their way in here. Okay. This would be a really cool spot to have a gaming setup, though. It's like a command station. Until lightning strikes the roof and then the whole place burns down and you die. Then that's not so much fun. All right, well. Does a single person in the Finch family die of normal causes, like of old age? They all die in the most horrific, bizarre way possible. No wonder they believe in a curse.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Oh, so they left Edie behind. Oh, shit. That's why they left. That was the final straw. Losing her son like that to
I'm not
suicide?
sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
That would be really difficult to swallow. But again, bad parenting. They should have left a long time ago.
I wish we'd stayed.
Really? You're crazy.
But I understand why we left.
Yeah, I understand why you guys left too. This place is cursed. Not really, it's just super dangerous and stupid and boring. It's enough to drive anyone crazy.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Okay, so this was her mother's room. Aw, she had a couple pictures. She left everything behind. I guess she really wanted to forget everything. If I'm being honest, this really isn't much of a place to live. Again, it's so bizarre how they handled a death of the family. All that space downstairs, all those rooms that could have been utilized, but instead they boarded them up and then just built upwards to try and forget what they had lost. At least that's how her mother handled it. She'd rather live up here in a shack on top of the house where one gust of wind is gonna send her flying off the edge than to be down there and to clear out a room and to accept the death of a loved one. So sad, man. So sad. All right, well, let's keep going up.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Yeah,
Maybe it should
I'll
have come
say.
sooner.
All right. And this is, I think, Edith's room up here. Oh, look at that. That's pretty.
But it had to end one way or another.
Yeah, this is
All
Edith's
that
room.
Now was to tell you about that last night.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's a cool room, but it's also very impractical. I would hate to have to get up in the middle of the night and crawl down, climb down, and then go down how many flights of stairs to make it to the bathroom down, you know, in the main part of the house? That would be a pain in the ass to have to do. Especially for me, because I have to pee a lot, because I drink a lot. All right, what do we have here? Edith. It seems relatively cozy, I suppose. Again, until the wind knocks it down. Okay, this is her journal.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. until supper when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Damn. What a cold family. Present, you say? Okay.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Again, the stark contrast between Edith's mother and grandmother. The grandmother wanted to continue to live in the past and to remember everything that was, whereas her mother wanted to forget everything that had happened. Very different indeed. All right, lots of candles. Oh, this place looks so
creepy. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Oh, how could she not? It's so obvious.
Key to it.
Now, what's in here? Hello? Is there anything spooky in here? So many candles. Oh, this would make a perfect setup for a horror game. I can see myself walking through here and...
You're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
She's got a point. Well, actually, no, she doesn't. What am I saying? Everyone's died here, right? For the most part, so leave.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
So she really did believe in the curse, the mother. Again, she's probably just using the curse as a way to deal with her emotions because she knew a lot of this could have been avoided. At least that's
the nursing
what I
home
think.
Send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Oh, wow. They sent her off to a nursing home. History of the Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Ooh.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I remember this part.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Oh, I think we get to go to the old house. Oh, that's so
There'd
creepy.
been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
I bet. All the sludge.
I've seen that house every day of my life.
That sounds so haunting.
But I never thought I'd go back to it.
You couldn't just get into a boat and then, row over to it?
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh! Oh, this is terrifying. I'll just follow the text and hope I stumble into it.
Turned around.
Oh no! This is my worst nightmare. Let me guess, the tide comes in, drowns the grandmother? No, clearly not. She's writing the story, right? Hello? I don't hear
For a while, I wandered.
I don't hear the bell. That'd really help me out.
I started seeing things.
Oh, she's hallucinating. Hopefully she doesn't see any ghosts. How could you even find your way
Things
around?
I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Such as? Oh, an old bed.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
See, I told you. She lived for the past.
Or maybe I came back to them.
That is so creepy. All right, let's go check it out. Hopefully there's not a ghost around here.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Oh, come on, it was just
Mom.
getting good.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Let go, you bitch! I want to finish the ghost story. Oh, come on.
Scream, but Mom dragged me to the car.
What?
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Grandmama! Bye! I want to finish the story! What did you
The
see?
next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Damn it, Mother!
After that, we moved around a lot.
I really wanted to see that. It seemed interesting. I think Grandma was hallucinating. Or great-grandmother, rather.
We both tried to make the best of it.
That is so cool. This game is really very unique.
A few years went by.
Now, how did her mother die? Because she left the house, right? So the curse should not be able to affect her.
My
Okay.
mom didn't like to talk about it,
Yeah, I bet not.
but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh no.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
What did she die of?
And then I was alone.
Aw, that's so sad.
The last Finch left alive.
Well, not for long. You
Until I
are
found out
pregnant.
about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Oh wow, this is so weird. Let me guess.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Oh.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh, come on, really? The title makes sense now. What Remains of Edith Finch? Her son. She didn't make it. Or her daughter.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, wow. Oh, she only lived 18 years. Okay. I forgot about this too. So maybe there is a curse. How else do you explain Edith dying at such a young age? She wasn't at the house. She died, I'm guessing, during childbirth. Okay. Wow. Well, that kind of puts a hole in my theory that people died in the Finch family from negligence. If that wasn't it, then I'm not really sure what it could be. That threw me for a loop. Okay, well, the title again makes sense. What Remains of Edith Finch? It's her son. That's all that's left over of the Finches. Everyone's dead. Interesting. Okay. Well, honestly, now with that ending, I'm not sure what to think of the game. Was the family truly cursed, or did everyone die simply from stupidity or natural causes? Like the grandmother, I'm guessing, died from old age. Edith's mother probably died from cancer or some type of sickness. And Edith died during childbirth, which seems a bit odd being she was so young and healthy. But I don't know. Again, the developers left all the deaths rather kind of open-ended, right? Like there's not a, at least for me, I'm not smart enough to figure out what the game was trying to convey, the message, if there even was one. But to me, it seemed like most of the deaths in the game occurred from stupidity, from carelessness, from bad parenting, and then some of the deaths toward the end just kind of happened naturally, right? Cancer or being sick, old age, childbirth. So I'm not really sure what to make of it. What I will say though is this game was fantastic, from the audio, the music, the voiceover, the specifically the development and the layout of the home. They put so much time and effort and detail into making the home seem alive and like it was a real place you could go and visit. Each aspect of the home was unique. It had like a characteristic. they did a very good job nailing it. Like, each person's room had personality, character, and that went through every single room. And the fact they showed you the house and then the levels being built up on top of that as the family continued to try and move on and ignore the relatives that had died. I think Edie was the only one that was living in the past and sort of remembering everything that had happened. The rest of the family just wanted to forget what happened. They shut up the rooms. They forgot the thing was ever even there, the person had ever even existed, and they just tried to move on. So instead of them clearing out the room and processing their sadness and their emotions, they just boarded the room up, forgot about it, moved on like it never happened. Whereas the grandmother was the one painting all of the portraits and setting up all of the shrines for each family member that died along the way, or the great-grandmother rather. So yeah, fantastic game. I loved it. It was incredible. A little bit too short, but I mean, I can't fault it for that. The story was phenomenal. I'm left with so many questions. It was a very open-ended game. I'm not sure what to think of it. If you guys have any ideas or theories, drop a comment down below. What do you think the game was about? What do you think the developers were trying to convey? What was their message, if there even was one? And again, if you want me to play more games like this in the future, drop a like, leave a comment. I'm definitely down to try more of these very short story games. There's a couple more out there like this. There's one called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It's like a detective game, sort of similar to this. You walk around, explore, pick up clues. There's dialogue, there's a narrator. So if you want me to do more things like this in the future, I definitely will. But overall, I give this game a 10 out of 10. It was fantastic. I'm so glad I decided to play it again. I was really hesitant about playing it again simply because I played it the first time, but I can tell you right now, I did not pay attention or even understand what was happening the first time I played it. Sorry, man, I got a burp, Jesus. Nearly 4 years ago, I did not pay attention. I had no clue what was happening. This time around, I think I have a real grasp on what went down, but I'm still left with so many questions and I don't understand at all what the ending is supposed to mean. I mean, I understand the title, but the end, okay. Anyway, like I said, fantastic game, thoroughly loved it. I'm rather sad it was so short, but I really can't fault it for that because it did such a good job making it believable. And it's interesting that we didn't get to play from certain characters' perspectives, like Milton. We didn't get to play from his perspective. We didn't get to play from Edie's perspective. We didn't get to play from, I'm guessing, who else? Dawn's perspective. So I'm not sure why they left those characters out, but anyway, again, leave your opinions down below, your thoughts, and until the next game, peace out.